On to section number 2 of the news brief. So for section 2, normally this would be racing news, but because of the race this weekend, I thought I'd introduce you. So if you don't know, the Streets of St. Petersburg race was formed in 2005. Previously it had been run at St. Petersburg, but the course that is currently used hasn't been adopted since 2005. It was the first road course for the Indy Racing League, which is now the IZOD Indycar series. In its first race, it was won by St. Petersburg resident Dan Weldon. There are 10 individual races at this year's event. Now you might be confused and say, well, I thought it's the IZOD Indycar series. Yes, there are also mini leagues that race within here that range from Indy Lights to Star Mazda, the Ferrari Challenge, and a couple of GT races. There is a grand total of 3 days of racing events that range from Friday to Sunday. The IZOD race is on Sunday, qualifiers are on Saturday, and practice sessions are on Friday. This is the first course to feature the new IZOD Indycar, the DW12, also known as Indycar 2012, which is a brand new chassis designed for both road, street, and ovals. Previously, Indycar raced with its 2007 chassis, which was solely designed for ovals. Helio Castroneves is the current leader in terms of most races won at St. Petersburg with 2. The winning team, though, is Team Penske with 4 wins, ranging from Ryan Briscoe, Will Power, and 2 wins under Helio Castroneves. The track course is 1.8 miles long and consists of 14 turns, and it also consists of a runway. There is 2 IndyCar tracks that have a runway built into them. St. Petersburg is one of them, so they have to move a yellow X when the race is not happening there to designate that they are still constructing the race course. Obviously, when the race is going on, it's pretty easy to tell that there is a racetrack there. There is a innovative thing with this year's IndyCars also. Not only are they brand new chassis, which we'll talk about in a different episode, they also will now be featuring 4 HD cameras on each car, and the track can hold up to 6 cars. Previously, you could only have a couple of onboard cameras, and they were limited to roll hoop cameras. This year, if you're watching on ABC, plug for ABC there, you will get to see different views of the car. The 4 different camera positions are the roll hoop as always, the right side pod, which will give you a view of the suspension, the rear wing, which will give you a panoramic view of the front look of the car, and also there will be a camera facing the mirror. You're probably thinking, a camera facing the mirror, why would they do that? And the answer is, they want to give you a view what the driver goes through during the race, and by having that camera facing the mirror, you actually get to see into the cockpit from that onboard camera. The cameras are being supplied by BSI, and they are well known for providing cameras for IndyCar and other sporting events. That's it for racing. I hope you watch the race this weekend. I hope you enjoy it. I will say, though, that people to be looking out for this race, obviously Dario Franchitti, Will Power, also be looking out for Sebastian Bourdais. He holds the current course record for fastest lap he won it under Champ Car, but he has the capability to do it under an IndyCar. Also, I'd like to see what Rubens Barrichello can do. Kind of interesting since he's an ex-F1 driver. Also, Catherine Leahy, never heard of her up until IndyCar had signed her. She looks like a very decent competitor. Also, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the first times Ed Carpenter is on this track. So, a bunch of interesting drivers to compare there. We will be definitely looking to see who is capable of doing well on this track for this race, especially considering with the new cars, the new systems, and the new safety equipment on board. Also, expect a crash on the first turn. It happens every